All right, let's get right into it. We're looking at a story today that could seriously redefine the future of work for, well, one of the biggest employers on the entire planet. We're talking about Amazon, its growing army of robots, and a pretty shocking leaked report.
Everything really kicks off with this one giant number, 600,000. This figure comes from a leaked internal report, something that was never, ever meant for us to see. And, you guessed it, it sparked a massive debate about what Amazon's workforce is going to look like in the future.
Now, let's be super clear about something. This isn't about firing the people who work there now. The plan is all about the future. You see, Amazon expects its sales to double, and the goal seems to be using automation to handle all that extra work, which could mean avoiding the need to hire 600,000 new people.
So, this is where the real conflict lies. Is this leaked plan a secret blueprint for an automated future, or is it just, a what-if scenario that got blown out of proportion? Let's break down the two very different stories we're hearing.
So, on one side, you've got the leak, which the New York Times reported on. It lays out this incredibly ambitious goal: automate 75% of operations and save billions of dollars. But on the other side, Amazon is pushing back, and pushing back hard. They're saying, hey, this was just one team's idea. It's not our company-wide plan at all. And to really drive their point home, Amazon went and announced they're hiring 250,000 people for the holidays. This is basically their way of saying, see, we're still hiring humans, lots of them, at least for now. It's one of those classic situations where you have to watch what they do, not just what they say, or what gets leaked. So you have these two conflicting reports. But here's the thing. One thing is absolutely undeniable. The technology is real, and it's already on the ground. So let's go inside the warehouse and meet the actual robot army Amazon is building as we speak. As of right now, Amazon has over 1 million robots working across its facilities all over the world. That makes it the largest fleet of industrial mobile robots on the entire planet. This is not science fiction, folks. This is just Tuesday at Amazon. And this robot army has a whole roster of different specialists, each designed to take over a very specific human task. You've got Proteus, the first bot that can actually move around people safely, so no more caged-off robot zones. You have the workhorses, Hercules and Pegasus, doing the heavy lifting and moving entire shelves. Then there are specialists like Sparrow, which is this AI-powered arm that can pick individual items out of a bin, something that used to require a human touch. And of course, there's the one everyone is talking about: Digit, a two-legged humanoid robot.
Just take a look at Sequoia. This isn't just one robot. It's a whole integrated system. It combines mobile bots, cranes, and arms, and basically replaces the miles and miles of walking a person would do in a shift. It brings the products to the person, and it can store and find them up to 75% faster.
And then you have Digit. This is the one that gets all the headlines, right? A humanoid robot walking around a warehouse. Amazon calls it a cobot, which stands for collaborative robot. They say it's designed to help people with repetitive or dangerous tasks. But the fact that it can work in spaces literally built for humans, well, that's a potential game changer for automation. Okay, so we've seen the plan, or at least the leaked plan, and we've seen the technology. So that brings us to the most important question of all. What does this actually mean for the millions of people who work at Amazon?
This number right here gives us a really clear answer: 25%. And this isn't some projection from a leaked document. This is a real-world statistic coming out of Amazon's newest, most advanced warehouses.
So here's how it works. Amazon's latest robotic fulfillment centers can handle the exact same number of orders as an older warehouse, but they do it with about a quarter fewer human employees. And this isn't just a one-time experiment. They are rolling this model out to dozens and dozens of their facilities. This chart really spells out the trade-off. For every 100 workers you'd find in a traditional warehouse, the new automated ones might only need 75. And yeah, sure, some new tech jobs are created. That's that little bar on the right. But it doesn't even come close to making up the difference. The big takeaway here is a net decrease in human staff needed. And if you think this is all just speculation, well, it's not. This is a direct quote from Amazon's own CEO, Andy Jassy. He's saying it out loud. AI and automation are going to transform their workforce, and that means they'll need fewer people for certain types of jobs. And look, this automation isn't just staying inside the warehouse. The Prime Air drone program is quickly moving from being a futuristic idea to a real-world service. It started in the US, and now it's expanding into Europe. Over time, these drones could handle a huge chunk of last-mile deliveries, which would directly impact jobs for delivery drivers.
So let's zoom out for a second. Why does this one story about this one company matter so much to all of us? Well, because Amazon is what you'd call a bellwether. As the second largest private employer in the US, wherever they go, you can bet a lot of other companies are going to follow. And that brings us to a pretty stark warning from an economist at MIT. The big concern is that if Amazon actually pulls this off and automates at the scale they're talking about, it could flip from being one of the country's biggest job creators to a net job destroyer, cutting more roles than it creates. And that really leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? We are watching in real time as one of the most powerful companies on Earth builds its version of the future. The debate is whether that future is one of incredible efficiency that benefits all of us, or if it's a future that just leaves a massive number of workers behind. The answer, whatever it is going to shape our economy for decades.